Many families like mine wonder what the future of education will look like. How will students learn? And will the job of educators change over the next 10, 50, or 100 years? To understand the future, sometimes it's useful to take a look at the past. Here's what a classroom looked like in the late 1800s. And here's what your typical classroom looks like today. Do you notice something that stands out between these two pictures? They look almost exactly the same. This is no accident. In more than 100 years, the way we teach children has not fundamentally changed. Yeah, of course, a great many things have changed in the way schools work. But at the most basic level, the way we deliver education is still modeled after a very old and outdated system, where standardized content is delivered to students in a standardized way. Here's the problem with that model. Children aren't standardized. As a mother of 3, I can attest how uniquely and wildly different each child can be from the very start of their lives. So, why are we comfortable with a system that denies their individuality and unique potential? Students, families, and educators should be able to work together on solutions that are individualized to benefit each student while being freed from standardized systems that force all students to learn the same standardized content at the same pace. Many aspects of our lives have been transformed and allow for customization, while leaving out what is arguably the most critical component to the future of our society. Why is that? Our entire kindergarten to 12th grade education system is built upon a standardized model. And we understand it's hard to transform large systems, but it's possible. Here's the good news. We now see a growing number of families and educators who are realizing that if the goal of education is allowing every kid to discover their unique talents and live a life of fulfillment, there is no legitimate rationale to preserving an outdated system of standardized education. And there is ample evidence that families and educators are hungry for more diverse solutions to build a strong foundation for all ages. What we know is that for a more personalized education to happen, we need an environment where many solutions are possible. An environment where experimentation and discovering what works for each individual student is encouraged. An environment where there is no longer institutional barriers preventing parents and innovators from revolutionizing how education works in our country. Ultimately, only when families are allowed to choose from many different options can we see real individualization take hold. Today, most families don't have access to such an environment. Education is one of the most highly regulated areas of our lives. The government imposes regulatory barriers that prevent social entrepreneurs from coming up with better ways of delivering education. However, lately we have begun to see transformation. We know all people have extraordinary potential and that every single one of them has unique needs and unique talents. But in many ways, our current system denies students their individuality. It denies them the chance to discover the world the way that makes the most sense to them. Embracing innovation in education means that students receive a customized education that prepares them for lifelong learning, where they are continuously developing and applying their aptitudes to create value for themselves and for others. In order to do that, we need to create new systems that allow students to customize their educational pathway. The stakes are too high. It is time to embrace a student-centric, innovative approach to education that empowers every family with the opportunity to personalize their education. If you're a parent, student, or educator looking for solutions to break out of the standardized model, join our efforts at Americans for Prosperity Foundation. Let's work together to inspire each other to overcome the barriers that stifle innovation in education and unleash everyone's full potential.